Welcome to the stage now, ladies and gentlemen. This girl's wonderful, fabulous, seen on ETV. Shut up, ladies and gentlemen. Miss Rebecca Tingley!
Hey, hello. I'm Rebecca Tingley. Like this sensation. Okay, this is awesome. It's going well so far. I've grown so much here, and we'll grow so much more tonight. I have that feeling. Great, awesome, great. You guys, I just turned 30. Thank you very much. And I threw myself a birthday party, and I got a lot of presents. But let me say this about candles. In the olden days, when you gave the gift of a candle, it meant like a blessing on your house as a symbol of the Holy Spirit. But nowadays, when you give somebody a candle, it just means, I don't know you very well, I don't want to spend a lot of money. I hate my friends. I hate them. Even ones I like, I hate. I have this one friend that, like, whenever she's talking, literally, this is my inner monologue. Shut up, shut up, shut up. And then she finishes talking, I'm like, hey, good for you, I hope that works out. I have this one friend, she lives right above me, her name's Valerie, and we were getting ready to go out one night, so we were getting ready to go, you know? And I put on this like black tank top and this pair of jeans, and she comes in and I was like, do I look okay? And she's like, actually, that outfit shows off your problem area. And then she goes, and I was like, oh my God. I thought my problem area was here? Like this entire area? The problem? And so this produced like such a crisis, because the whole concept of a problem area is that basically you look totally great, except for this like one area that you mask with like draping or the cut or whatever, you know? So I had either miscalculated my problem area or I had two. Which means that my entire body is a problem area because two is too many. So I was totally freaking out. I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, get it together, Rebecca, get it together. You really only have one problem area, and that's wherever your friend Valerie is standing. I just won't go to that area. I just won't. But you know the thing is, I cannot be mean. Like I can't. Like I can think a lot of mean thoughts, and I can even write a joke about the woman that lives upstairs from me. But I can't like actually be directly mean to someone. Can you? You say, okay, good. Because anyone that can be really mean, like I'm so jealous. I just want to be mean. I can't, and I think that this problem stems from like a very early age. In first grade, I sat next to Howie Campola in the back row, and Howie Campola, every time I sat down, would be like. Every time I sat down, he would copy off me, and then he would call me Rebecca Tinkle. Like, Tinkle, every time, you know, and I hated him. I loathed him, I hated him. And one day, right after homeroom, I look over, and Howie Campola is barfing orange juice into each hand. Over and over and over again. Before this for me, I don't want to get into it. But anyway, so I'm looking at him and I'm like, and he looks at me and he's like, no. So I lower my hand and we sit there while he barfs into his hands, and I don't get help for him at a detriment to myself because it's fucking disgusting. Until the smell of, acidic orange juice infiltrates the classroom and the teacher notices and she comes back and she's like, oh, why didn't you say anything? I was like, because he told me not to. people that if you have an uncontrollable social issue that has made you lose all of your friends, come talk to me after the show and I will give you my number. Because I will be friends with anyone. And that is my problem. Yeah. Wait, where was I gonna go? I had a whole thing. Oh, okay. Do you know what I think is weird about lesbianism? Okay, I think that some women were born lesbians, and then other women, like me, just missed the portal. You know, because I was not particularly gayish as a child. I was, you know, very much a tomboy, and I had some intense friendships in college, a la Heavenly Creatures. I even kissed some of my friends on the mouth when I was taking ecstasy, but nothing ever really came of it until I moved to New York City, and I met this really hot, cool chick, and I was just like, maybe. And so we went out on this date, and like we hung out, and then she treated me like I was a guy, and she like wanted me to get her beers and all this stuff. And suddenly the portal closed. Which totally sucks, because now like I have a lot of hot, amazing, talented, beautiful lesbian friends, and I wish to God I could be a lesbian. I wish. And so like I'm looking everywhere for the portal, like, you know, I'm looking under manholes and mice holes. So where the fuck is it? Fire hydrants, whatever. And like I'm opening doors all over town, and I just see like a lion and a witch, but no lesbians. Where the fuck? How do you? You know, well, I believe in love. I believe that love is the answer. I believe that love is the reason you should even just like get up in the morning. But I also believe, what are you gonna do in the meantime? I mean, what are you gonna do while you're like waiting for that love to come in? So you date some other people. I like to call those people my designer imposters. You know, if you like Calvin Klein, you'll love you know, and you know it at the time, you know, you're still like, oh, maybe this will work out, you know. So I call those relationships my accidental relationships, you know. It's like, you know, when you're friends with someone for a little while, you know, and you maybe just have like a chatty friendship with them, and then maybe then one of your get-togethers is in a bar. And so you have a couple of drinks, you know, you're talking, and then you start to sort of feel sorry for the person. So then you end up making out with the person and have some more drinks. You end up going home with the person, and then you end up doing it with the person. And then the next day you wake up and you're just like, oh, why not just keep going? Because that way I'm not a drunk whore, and that's not what I'm And then it's 6 months later and they break up with you because you're not the one? Okay, well, you know, pick your poison, but let me say this about one-night stands. I think that you should call the next day. No matter what. I mean, really, no matter what. Even if it's just to say, ew. I've been trying to get more mature. I've been asking myself a lot of hard questions, and I'm thinking that perhaps the question is not, who is the grossest person that you've ever slept with? But, who is the grossest person you've slept with more than once? That's really the question. I was was sitting on my couch the other day, just, you know, hanging out, watching MTV, making a band 2 marathon, and the phone rings, and I pick it up, and this woman's like, "Hi, is Rebecca there?" And she sounded like so friendly. So I was like, "Yeah, this is Rebecca." And she's like, "Hi, Rebecca, this is Stephanie from Sally Mae, your college funding services." And I was just like, "Hi, Stephanie." And she's like, "Well, Rebecca, I'm calling because it says here that you have an $11,832 loan outstanding, and I'm just calling to find out how you're going to take care of that today." And I was like, "Are you sincerely asking me how I'm going to take care of an $11,832 loan today?" She's like, "Well, yes, I am." I'm like, "Stephanie, I'm going to have to call you back. Because I don't have a checkbook in my pajama pants pocket, and I'm still wearing it at 3:30 in the afternoon." And she's like, "Well, Rebecca, I just have to tell you, I think this is highly irresponsible of you. I think this is very irresponsible of you." And I was like, "Irresponsible? You want to talk about irresponsible? You people give me thousands upon thousands of dollars to get a BFA in acting." That was not a good idea. So I'm going to confess something. This whole set is a confession. But anyway, I was the captain of the varsity cheerleading squad in high school. I'm not proud. There was only 17 people in my graduating class, so it wasn't a very difficult position to get. But because we were such a small tier, we also played the New York State School for the Deaf in basketball. And I don't know if you guys know this about cheerleading, but at halftime, you run over to the other squad and do a cheer really aggressively, like right at the other cheerleaders, like intimidate the other cheerleaders. And then you go and you sit down, and then they run over to you and do a cheer right at you. And the thing is, you're not supposed to laugh. Because being deaf isn't funny. But being a deaf cheerleader is hilarious. And they don't have really good, like, auditory skills. They're like, that's too much to ask for a bunch of high school girls to keep their shit together. I don't know if I can top that, but I'll just finish with this. I'll finish with this. Do you guys have friends? Okay, you know how with your friends you'll like develop an inside joke? And you guys think it's really funny, but nobody else really gets it, so you're like, well, fuck it, it's our joke, we'll just say it. Me and my best friend, we have an inside joke, and we think it's really funny. Maybe you guys won't, but this is what we like to say. We like to say, "Come on my face, I hate myself!" We think it's really funny. So we like to say it. Recently we were in this bar, you know, with all of our friends, and like we were saying like, "Come on my face, I hate myself!" You know, to the point of like near hysteria. You know, we thought it was so funny, so witty, you know. And our friend was there with her boyfriend, and the boyfriend gets like all sensitive and serious. And he's like, you know, sometimes coming on someone's face is an intimate expression of love. between two people who have mutual respect for one another. And you were just like, oh. And then I look at my friend, and I realize that he comes on her face. And she was so embarrassed. And it was just really awkward. Thank you guys so very much. Thank you.
Miss Rebecca Tingley.